undercover, bought a can of snuff, dropped 10 for the cover, had 15 bucks, drink down my supper, I was broke. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a Fight Night card in Ohio, Columbus, 13 fights, but first and foremost, I need to address me not making a Fight Night video last week on one of the best cards that is not a pay-per-view, probably ever. The best Fight Night card ever that you didn't have to pay $80 for it. And I screwed up and I didn't make a video, no excuses. I'm just going to say I was busy, I was doing stuff, and I enjoyed the fights with my buddy Trav. And I cashed out super big. I made $3,800 on I would say 1 unit bet. It'd be 10 units. But I got living proof right here, guys. I get, you're not going to believe this, but I'm going to show you. I had a 10 fight parlay. So I had 10 different fights. I need to get them all correct for $10. And that parlay hit on $3,194. I'm going to show it to you right here. I hope you can see that. You probably can't, but I wish I could zoom in, my clarity on my camera for my webcam, but that's $10, $3,200. And then I also had a 5-fight parlay that I cashed out on after Arnold Allen beat Dan Hooker, and that was $100 parlay. But yeah, you can't see shit. I'm sorry, kind of screwing this up. But either way, I'm gonna get some proof up there. I'll put it on my YouTube channel for photos. Guys, that's why you come here to watch, right? I mean, maybe I got a lot of good friends that watch this just out of their good heart, just helping me out, and I appreciate it a ton. But if you watch my channel and you're trying to make some money, I fucked up. I didn't make a video last week, and I should have. That was my fault. That could have helped me out a lot if people watch my stuff and I hit that money and they maybe bet what I had bet. So we're doing the damn thing tonight. I hope I hit big again tonight. But I just needed to address that first. I won a lot of money off a 10-fight parlay, and I'm pumped. And another thing, one of my best friends, Tommy Peterson, LFA heavyweight champion, fighting in his hometown April 15th on Friday night. He's the last fight of the night, but there's hella good fights on that card. Mystic Lake Casino, Friday night, Prior Lake, Minnesota. Let's go. Me and all my buddies and his wife and all our friends and everybody, his family, we're all going to be there. We got suites. It's going to be one hell of a night. And I'm going to do a whole nother video about that when the day comes sooner, April 15th. But as for now, we're going to stick it to the UFC fight card, but I am so excited for my buddy's fight that night. So, we'll transition. UFC, you see right above my webcam here. I think Askar Askarov and Kai Kara France is the best fight on this card, in my opinion. The best fight for sure. Man, these guys are so good. Kai Kara France proved what he did. His nickname is Don't Blink. And he's right. Don't blink. That dude's got fast hands. He brings it. He just knocked out Cody Garbrandt 3 months ago. Knocked him out cold. Joseph Benavidez, he beat a year ago. So this is the thing. This is the biggest thing. Kai Kara France hasn't fought for a year. Askar Askarov hasn't fought for a year. And Kai Kara France knocked out Cody Garbrandt 3 months ago. And before that, knocked out this guy, Bontoran. And and lost to a former, title contender, probably soon, Brandon Royval. It's going to be a good fight, guys. So I think that's going to be the fight of the night. That fight's just going to be fireworks, and it's title contention, title eliminator. Whoever wins that fight's probably going to get the shot after Figgy and Moreno 4, which is wild. But, yeah, a lot of shit to look forward to. My buddy fighting. I just won a bunch of money. Hopefully I can win you guys some money. Let's get into this card right now. So, I'm going to start from down here. I'm going to kind of fly through these ones, and then I'm going to give my parlays straight up. So y'all see it right away. So Luis Saldana versus Bruno Souza. I'm not betting on this fight, just because both these guys, I don't truthfully know too much about them, but they're not UFC contested really, and they both seem to get hit a lot in their fight. So I can't really pick this fight, but if I was gonna go with someone, I'd pick Saldana just predominantly because of his ground game's a little better. Souza's a striker, and he's got the just the wherewithal and knowing the distance, his striking. He's got bombs. But I'm not even gonna bet this fight, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it. I would pick Saldana to win. Although I do have this one. This is in my parlay. We got David Dvorak versus Matthew Nikolai, and this is gonna be a good fight. This is a banger too, and this is just 3:30 in the afternoon, starting the card off. This is their second fight, and it's going to be a banger. I got David Dvorak, and I got David Dvorak for a few different reasons. I think his striking is cleaner. He's on a 5-fight or a 6-fight win streak. His striking, he's so sound and he's defensive. Nikolai is a good puncher. He's slick, but he's also got good jiu-jitsu and he's got good ground game, which is a little scary. But I think David Dvorak can shrug off those takedowns, keep it standing, and probably knock him out. So we're looking for David Dvorak. He's actually in one of my parlays, and I'll get to that. Damn, this fight's going to be pretty good, I think. We got Jennifer Maia versus Manyan Fiorot, and she's a big, big favorite, plus 350 underdog, minus 475 favorite. And this girl is just on a tear. She's on like a 6 or 7 fight win streak, and she's getting Jennifer Maia, who is UFC contested, but she's also 19-8. Not a terrible record. She's got 19 wins. And actually, in one of my parlays, I have Jennifer Maia, and I went with Jennifer Maia because of her experience. The Beast in Mannion, she's 8-1, and I think she's got like 3 fights in the UFC. Sorry, she's got 4. No, she's got 3. Yeah, she's got 3 fights in the UFC, and Maia's like whole career's been in the UFC, so probably not the best bet. That's one of my parlays. I have 3 of them. But Mannion Fiorot will probably maybe edge out a decision win. But I think if Maia gets her on the ground, slows her down, just takes Mannion out of her wheelhouse and out of what she wants to do, I think she will win that fight based on experience. But Mannion also has a big size. She's 3 inches taller with a 2-inch reach advantage. So that's a little scary. I'm not going to say too much on that one. This fight, landslide victory, I think. I think a lot of people are picking, I'm going to murder his name, but Kizrierov, the Black Wolf. We'll go with that, the Black Wolf. This dude's ground game is nasty, dude. He's coming out of Russia. Those submissions, people just fucking, they're nasty. His striking is slick, and his ground game is nasty. And I got him at like a -5 or -600 favorite. And now he's like minus 1,200. So guys, there is fault to this, and there's pros and cons. Getting your bets in early in the week, like Monday or Tuesday when I did, I had a big win, so I got money sitting in there. So I was like, I'm just going to bet. But this guy, I believe, is his first UFC fight. Yeah. This is his first UFC fight, and he's like UFC is doing this Dennis guy no favors at all. First fight coming into the UFC and you're fighting a guy that's undefeated running through their opponents. Man, welcome to the UFC, right? But I will say this he's a middleweight. They're 185 pounds, right? Or am I? Yeah, 185 pounds. He's only 5'9", guys. He's only 5'9" at 185 pounds. Which is a little scary. And this guy's 6'1". They apparently don't have a reach for him. I'm guessing he's around 75, 78 reach. So he's going to have a height and a reach advantage. But that was a little scary. I didn't realize that until now. But I think the Black Wolf has him. And he's in one of my prelims. All right, guys. I got Galdana versus Chris Gutierrez. Sorry. And this is a good fight. I really like this fight. This fight is going to be nuts. They both got really good power. They got really good records. They're both in their 30s. They size up well. I got Batragal on. Honestly, that dude throws with reckless abandonment. I like how he fights. He just brings entertainment to every one of his fights. He's going in there and he's just knocking people out. Like, knees, punches, and elbows KO. They stop the fight, and that's Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis is a tough UFC fighter. Kevin Nativad, counter left hook, knocked him out cold. And then freaking, I don't even know who that guy is, but I saw that fight. Left hook knockout was nasty 2 years ago. And he lost to this guy, unanimous decision. We all didn't think that was very unanimous. I thought it was a split decision. But guys, 4 fights in the UFC. This guy's got about 4, I thought. No, he's got 5. He's got 5. Chris is good on the ground. He's good on the ground. He's got good cardio. I thought this fight was like a pick'em fight. And Vegas said, nah, Patrick Galdana is a slight favorite. Thought it was a pick'em. I have Batgerel. We're going to say Batgerel because I believe that's the right way to say it. I have Batgerel, but man, this one's going to be so close. I almost wish I just sat back and was just going to enjoy some popcorn and watch this fight, crack a beer. But I have a bet, and bets make it more interesting. This fight is one of the fights where I'm like, shit. It's going to be so close. It's going to be so close. But also, Gutierrez is a little taller. And Dana can get in those tight spots, and he's got that reach advantage. Those hooks and elbows and knees and shit. If you ever seen one of his fights, man, you understand how much power he's possessing at 135, right? At bantamweight. Where are we at here? I screwed up, guys. At bantamweight, yeah, 135. Okay, on to the next fight. Sarah McMahon, Carl Rosa. I'm not going to talk much about this at all. All I have to say is I'm guessing Rosa will probably win this fight. She can keep it standing up. She's on a 5-fight win streak. This girl, she's been losing all her fights. 4 years ago, she fought a year ago. This girl's fought 5 months ago. It's guys, we understand how active you stay and how dedicated and training and everything, bringing in new sparring partners, trying to stay fresh, trying to stay healthy is so key in the UFC. And if you're not fighting, you're sitting. Like, Carl Rosa has just gotten better and better. She's 27 years old. 27 to her 41. Let's be honest, guys. I think Rosa's going to run through her. So, next fight. Neil Magny versus Max Griffin. Honestly, dude, it was Neil Magny, Max Griffin, Askar Askarov, Kai Kara France, and then it was Curtis Blaydes versus Chris Daukaus in my favorite fights. This is my second favorite fight of the night, guys. People don't give Neil Magny enough credit, and all he's been doing is fighting elite competition for years. 10 months ago, he beat Jeff Neal, who I thought was going to maybe be a welterweight contender fighter. A year ago, he lost a close fight to Michael Chiesa, and then he goes in there and beats Robbie Lawler a year ago. He beats Anthony Martin. Not crazy good, but then he's been fighting I wish I could show you all his fights that he's fought. He's been going up against tough guys for a long time. And Max Payne Griffin, he's a dog. He's a dog. I just think Neil Magny, if he's losing to Alex Pereira, it's a split decision, but Alex Morono 2 years ago, I think Neil Magny runs through Max Griffin. Neil Magny's so rangy and long every fight he comes into. Look at this. He's 6'3". Max Griffin's 5'11". He's got an 80-inch reach advantage to Max Griffin's 76, which 76 inches for reach is pretty damn good at 5'11". But, guys, I think Neil Magny has always been up in that top 10, top 5 welterweights, in my opinion. Well, I guess it's tough to say that because that welterweight division is deep. But he's always top 10. Always top 10. Knocking people out, putting prospects down. I think Neil Magny goes through this fight pretty easily. His striking's slick. If you want to grapple with him, he's fine with that. He's so long and rangy and a smart technical fighter. And Max Griffin, though, he brings that nickname. He brings the pain, guys. He can hit fucking hard. I just think Neil Magny's UFC tested. He's fought better people. And I think it's going to show tonight. And I kind of listen to myself there, and I'm like, why I say that on like every fight, like, oh, he's more UFC tested, and it doesn't necessarily matter. Look what Tom Aspinall did to Alexander Volkov, and I had Aspinall. I saw him winning. Everyone's like, oh, I don't know, Volkov might. No, it doesn't. When you see a prospect for years and you're watching him and like who they beat, the way they beat him and shit, I knew Aspinall was gonna win that fight. And I also really, really honestly thought Arnold Allen was going to be too much for Dan Hooker dropping down to featherweight after taking all that damage. See, I'm pissed. I wish I would have broke that fight card down because I'm talking about a fight card that happened last week. But anyway, guys, moving on to the 8th fight of the night. Mark Diakis versus Borshev Slavaklas. And this fight was tough for me to gauge because we've seen Mark Diakis get beat and clipped and put on the ground and submitted right away. But guys, I truthfully thought Mark Diakis, this should have been a pick'em fight. Borshev hasn't been in the UFC for a long time, and I keep saying that, but he's fighting in Titan FC. He's 6-1. UFC does you no favors when you're coming. Oh, you want to join the UFC and show you're the best in the world? All right, we'll throw you this guy. Like I was just saying, excuse me, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Like I was saying, our former Russian fighter on the card, both Russians, but Aklizov or something. I can't even say his damn name. Kashirev. They're doing no favors when you come to the UFC, dude. You're fighting dogs, and I think Mark Diakis, this should have been a pick'em fight, but he's a slight favorite. Slavaklas is. I think Mark Diakis wins this fight. I think he rocks him. He's got a 4-inch reach advantage, and I think he can stay. I think he can stay on the feet long enough. I hope. I mean, I'm just saying. I keep saying this for. You beat a dead horse with this, but excuse me. He's losing to people that are in elite competition, like Rafael Fiziev. He was just gonna fight Rafael dos Anjos. And Rafael dos Anjos is a huge step up in competition, and he honestly lost it. I thought it was a competitive, good fight with Rafael Fiziev. And when you can stay in there for 3 rounds with someone like that and do exceptionally well in certain situations, I think you can edge out a decision or a possible knockout against this Slavaklas guy. And he did win 2 months ago to a liver shot against Dakota Bush. But I think he's going to get it done, guys. I don't know why. I'm seeing Mark Diakis win this fight. And I see a lot of people going Borshev. See some people going Diakis. But I'm going Mark. Moving on to the next fight. Main card. To start the main card off is Mark Diakis and Borshev. What a great main card fight. This one, guys, I just kind of shake my head at this one. I'm like, I don't really have a lot of faith in either of these guys. Alexius Olenek 59 wins in his UFC career. Or his mixed martial arts. I'm sorry, pro. He's not been in the UFC the whole time, but it feels like Alexei Oleinik is always in the picture. Like, hey guys, I'm here. Don't forget me. Type of shit. Like, the dude just doesn't retire, and I just don't know how to gauge this fight. But with that being said, I do have Ilir Latifi based on, he's got power. I think he'll be able to, edge off Alexei Oleinik's ground game for a little while at least. I just think, it was so hard because Alexei Oleinik is actually bigger, much bigger. 5-inch reach advantage. He's taller by 3 or 4 inches. I don't know, man. I wanted to go with Oleinik forever just based on the submissions and how good he is at submissions. Then you look at his losses. Like, he got knocked out by Derek Lewis. He got knocked out by Chris Daukaus. And then he got beat up pretty good by Sergey Spivak. And that's all elite competition, though. A year ago, he beat up Fabricio Verdum, submitted Maurice Green, which we all saw that coming. And Ilir Latifi beat Tanner Boser to a split decision. Not the most best fight, really not the most best fight. Well, great English language. Like, it wasn't the most interesting fight. But he also did fight Derek Lewis and went to a decision. He didn't get knocked out like Alexei Oleinik did. He got knocked out by Volkan Ozdemir. Corey Anderson, he lost. I should just stay away from that fight for betting purposes because I'm just going to sit back and watch. But I bet Ilir Latifi, and I don't have much to say about it. Moving on to the fight of the night. This fight is a banger, guys. Absolute great fight to make after Kai Kara France's impressive knockout against Cody Garbrandt, who looks so good. And it worries me a little bit picking Askar Askarov. Kai Kara France's stand-up game is nasty. He's so good on the feet. And he doesn't really mind going to the ground either. And we all know Askar Askarov wants to take it right to the ground, slow him down, beat him up, and probably submit him. So, but he's also a decision monster. Like, he'll just ride it out for a decision. Had a draw with Brandon Moreno. This fight, guys, is going to be really good. And it's one of those where you don't want to leave the couch. You're going to want to keep watching this. 78% on Tapology, almost 3,000 votes, which is insane, is going with Askarov, which is crazy. And I'm going with Askarov too, but it's so crazy to me to think that almost 80% of the people are going with Askarov. Kai Kara France has a huge chance to maybe win this fight. Huge. I'm just saying, that stand-up, the way he switches stances. What's this? Oh, I've never seen this. Prediction comments. Interesting. Alright, sorry, I got distracted, guys. But, yeah, I'm going with Askar Askarov he's on one of my parlays. He's actually on all of them. And I think I'm just sounding like any other guy on here on YouTube that breaks down fights. I'm going with Askarov's pressure, his ground game, submission ability, ability to ride out a decision win. Some people think it's so boring, but it's cardio, knowing how well your opponent is in certain spots. But I'm not counting out Kai Kara France. I might even throw in Kai Kara France and a couple other people and take some other people out of my parlays because I think it'll be that close. And you got good money on plus 310 as an underdog. It's good money, dude. So it is what it is, and it's a really tough fight to gauge. Like I've said already, like I say that a lot. I feel like sorry, there's something on my computer or my camera. But fight of the night, in my opinion, We all wanted to see this fight. We all wanted to see the implications and everything. Moving on to the Matt Brown, the Immortal versus Bam Bam. I like this fight. A lot of people are hating on this fight. I think it's going to be violence. I just think it's going wild. I think this is a fight you can bet that doesn't go the distance. I think Matt Brown is knocking out Bryan Barberena. I think his reach and his fucking violence he brings to every fight, guys. I think that man is bad. I don't need to sit on this one too long and talk about it. I really think Matt Brown might go in there and knock out Bryan Barberena and probably retire. That's what I think. He also fought 3 months ago and beat Brian Weeks, so I could be wrong. I think, but that's where I'm going, guys. Matt Brown. And then we're going to go Joanne Wood, Alex Gracio. Good fight. Shouldn't be a co-main event. I think Askarov versus Kai Kara France should be a co-main, but I understand Dana White's a businessman. He understands if you put Askarov versus Kai Kara France lower down, people are going to watch the fights, brings up the views, and then you got the last couple fights. I get it. Sorry, I keep hitting my mic. I get it. But I'm just going to go with Alexa Gracio. I think she's got a big favorite. She was a big favorite. I think Gracio, pretty girl too. 28 years old versus 36-year-old. And she's also got a half-inch reach advantage. Nothing crazy there. I just think Gracio is going to win that fight based on stand-up ability, her pressure, takedown defense. Joanne Wood seems like she kind of quits in her fights, especially when you get her on the ground or get her back. We know it's not her playing field. She wants to stand up with you and fight you. Gracio does. But guys, for the main event, Curtis Blaydes, Chris Daukaus. I do love this fight. And I have been on Curtis Blaydes' side for a while, and he's won me some good money. And in this fight, I was telling one of my good buddies the other night, a lot of people are missing the big picture on this fight. Curtis Blaydes is a big heavyweight, guys. He's a big heavyweight. He's 6'5". He's actually, I thought he was 6'5". They got 6'4" on here. He's 6'4" with an 80-inch reach advantage. And he weighed in how much? 16 pounds heavier than Chris Daukaus for this fight, guys. Some people say in mixed martial arts, weight doesn't matter and this and that. Yeah, if you're fighting someone, if you're an experienced mixed martial artist at 125 pounds versus fighting a guy that's 170 pounds and he doesn't know anything about mixed martial arts, I get it. But these guys are professional heavyweights, and you get a 16-pound advantage. I don't give a shit really how good you are on the feet, Chris Daukaus. You're good, you're exceptional. But I don't think you're 16 pounds lighter, better than Curtis Blaydes, who is a pressure wrestler who likes to get in nitty-gritty, take you down, elbow you, ground and pound you. Guys, I got Curtis Blaydes in this fight. Simply on how good his wrestling is, the competition he's been fighting for years. Chris Daukaus is like 3 or 4 fights into the UFC. I'm sorry, 5. And he's lost, I think he's 6 fights in. So he's 4-2 in the UFC. And I get it, he did just get knocked out by Derek Lewis. But you gotta remember, that was 2 months ago, guys. 2 months ago. You get hit by Derek Lewis. Both these guys got knocked out by Derek Lewis, and they were both nasty. Curtis Blaydes was even more gross. It was a bad knockout. And we gotta talk about that because Chris Daukaus is going in there to take your damn head off. He's gonna try to outbox you, outpoint you. Guys, I just think this is gonna be a baller ass fight. It's gonna be a really good card. What the fuck's going on with my camera? That's cloudier. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. I think this card, though, guys, is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for the main event. Curtis Blaydes, Chris Daukaus. But first and foremost, Askarov, Kai Kara France. I think it's going to be the fight of the night. But I'm going to give you guys what you came for on the parlays, okay? So I got a 7-fight parlay starting with Curtis Blaydes, Matt Brown, Askar Askarov, Neil Magny, Alir Latifi, Mark Dykes, and Jennifer Maia as my 2 underdogs on that one. A little sketchy with Jennifer Maia, but I'm going with it. I got good money, plus 400 on that Monday. My next 9-fight parlay, $50. Carl Rosa beating Sarah McMahon. Alshab Kurizov, the Black Wolf, minus 550. Now he's like a minus 1200. I got him at minus 550. And then Curtis Blaydes for my third. Askar Askarov, Dana Batagal, Neil Magny, Alir Latifi, Mark Dykes, and Matt Brown. And my last parlay, another 9-fight parlay. David Dvorak, the Black Wolf Shakirov, minus 650. Dana Batgarel, Neil Magny, Alir Latifi, it's a little scary. Askar Askarov, Matt Brown, Alexa Gracio, Curtis Blaydes, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm not going to miss another damn week. I know I've said that before. I appreciate you all. And watch my get ready for my video to watch next week. I'm going to do that breakdown on my buddy's Tommy Peterson's fight. So I appreciate you guys all. Have a great Saturday. I hope the fights are great. I'll see you guys around. Peace out.